Hello, I'm doing something today which I don't often do, and I'm going to be reviewing a product. So, a couple of weeks ago, a company called Pampet, who work between America and China, got in touch with me and they said, Ben, if we send you a few accessories, would you be able to review them? Yeah, all right, we can do that. So Pampit have quite a nice little range of various trumpet accessories and also their own plastic trumpet akin to the P trumpet. So out of all the goodies they sent me, I'm going to do a very quick review of one of them today, and that is this thing, which is their TruTra or TruTra, however we want to pronounce it. And I'm not just saying this because they've sent me one for free. No, thank you very much, by the way, Pampit. I actually think this is a nice little bit of kit. So, to my mind, it does two jobs. First of all, it's a tool for doing mouthpiece exercises. A very common bit of practice. All my teachers have done various mouthpiece exercises with me. And this has a couple of features. First of all, it reminds me of, do you remember the burp? That I still know a couple of good players that use the burp attached to the lead pipe of your trumpet, cornet, flugel, whatever, and you put your mouthpiece into it and you could buzz along. Nice idea, and I had a teacher that encouraged me to use one. However, one day it slipped, it fell forward, I bashed my chops, so I thought, right, I'll screw it tighter. So I screwed it tighter and ended up misshapen a bit of my lead pipe. So since then, I never used my burp. Well, now I've got this thing. I can put my mouthpiece in and buzz. And you can adjust the resistance of it as well. So you can have quite a bit of resistance again, so it can be quite free blowing. And the nice thing is you can actually play with your mouthpiece in the position that you would normally, because sometimes I feel when I do a bit of mouthpiece buzzing, you can end up with it not quite sat right, whereas that way it is going to be right. I think that's worthwhile. I think that's nice. The other thing that this does is it has a proper valve block. Like, they are proper sprung valves. As I say, Pampet make plastic trumpets akin to the P trumpets. And this reminds me of another device. A lad I used to live with when we were students was a good tuba player, and he had one of those standalone valve blocks, and you could buy them in different weights, and he'd use it on the train to and from uni when he was going home for a weekend, and he'd go through various bits of repertoire on it. And this is actually quite similar to that. They're not terribly light, which is a good thing. You've got a bit of resistance. If you're going to do some work, I think that's a great tool. So this, I think, is a worthwhile investment if you're going on holiday and you've not got the availability to take your instrument with you for weight or space or whatever. If you take this with you, you can get a bit more out of your mouthpiece exercises with the way you can adjust the resistance, the way you can hold it properly, and you can actually get a bit more out of this. Don't however think, when you look at this, it's easy to assume, don't think that the valve block and the lead pipe are connected. Obviously they're not, so make sure you don't get that muddled up. But there you go. I think this is a cool thing. I think if you go on Amazon, you can find these TruTras by Pampet really easily. They're about $30. So I'm fairly certain you'll get change by the time you've paid your import duty and whatever from America. You're certainly going to get change out of 40 quid. Whether you pay the duty in from China, I don't know. Have a look at that. I've not properly looked at how much they cost and where you can get them from, but they are out there on Amazon. And I like this thing. If I was to have one criticism, and I do only mean one criticism, it is that I wish the receiver would take a cornet mouthpiece. Because it's not an actual instrument, it's only a tool for buzzing. It's a shame there isn't a way where it could have taken a smaller bore mouthpiece as well as the larger trumpet and flugelhorn ones. If there was a way that the receiver could have taken both, I think that would open up the product to a slightly bigger market, if you like, because there are, certainly here in Britain, there are people that only play cornet and don't own trumpet mouthpieces who would have some use in this. However, I still think it's a great buy for the money if you're going to go on holiday, or if you want another gadget for someone who might use it. So thanks, Pampet. I look forward to reviewing a couple more of your products. Go check it out, folks.